Alright, welcome back to another video, and yeah, you saw the title and thumbnail correctly. I'm going to talk about WrestleMania 42 and give you my predictions on who I think is going to win each match for both nights 1 and 2. So far, assuming I actually get this video out in time, because I'm running late on getting this video out there. I'm currently recording it after the WWE Hall of Fame, which, you know, happens after Friday Night SmackDown, before WrestleMania Saturday. So it's very late, but I wanted to get this out there because I thought it could be fun. Plus, I did a prediction for 40 and 41. So I thought, well, it'd be fun to do for 42. We'll see. Hopefully, I'm able to get this finished and put out in time. So it might even not be the prettiest editing. That way, I can get it out. We'll see. But yeah, this has been very interesting, because I feel like we should talk about the road to WrestleMania just for a little bit, because I think this is probably the most disappointing road to WrestleMania in a while. Because Road to WrestleMania 41, while it had its flaws, I thought was for the most part very enjoyable. The Road to WrestleMania 40, I think, was probably the greatest Road to WrestleMania ever. And then the Road to WrestleMania 39, I don't know, I think that's like right when I got into it. So I don't even know if I actually saw everything, so I'm not sure I could judge that one very fairly. But when it comes to the 40s of the Manias, this is definitely the weakest one so far. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the WrestleMania itself will be bad, because the WrestleMania could be saved by amazing matches, awesome moments, maybe some surprises. But we'll have to wait and see, because like there are certain things that I'm that are disappointing me and angering me. Like, I agree, why is Pat McAfee in the WrestleMania Night 1 main event? Why are there so many celebrities? Please don't have celebrities get involved in any main event. It's probably going to happen, though. I don't want a repeat of last year's main event with Cena Cody. And also, like, we'll get to things slowly, I think, as we go. So let's just start off with Night 1 of WrestleMania. Some of these are easy, some of these were hard. And I will kick off, I believe, with the Vision in Logan Paul and Austin Theory, and with iShowSpeed taking on the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, with LA Knight. This, to me, is obviously a match just for fun. It probably should just be Usos Vision for the tag titles again. But, hey, it's probably going to be fun. iShowSpeed, we'll see. He had one of the best moments, I believe, last year's Royal Rumble, so we'll see. I think this will be a fun time. I don't really have anything to say about the match itself. As for who to win, I could see this going a couple different ways. Because I could understand an argument of maybe the Vision with Speed will win, because, you know, the Vision are now tag champions, want to make them look strong, and also the celebrity wins. I could also see them not caring about any of that and having the Usos and LA Knight win, because of them being the faces and giving us a fun win to start the night. Or I could even see iShowSpeed like turning on the Vision, because he was very much like thrown into this against his will almost. But then again, you know, maybe because iShowSpeed kind of wronged LA Knight by hitting him with the brass knuckles, maybe LA Knight's way of paying him back will be to pin him for the win. But I think what I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to say that the Usos and LA Knight will win. And I'm going to add that I think it's because iShowSpeed turns on the Vision to try to make up for what he did, maybe like helping LA Knight somehow. So the Usos and LA Knight win. The next match that I'm actually very excited for, Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu in an unsanctioned match. This is one that I remember on the road to WrestleMania, I was kind of very disappointed, because I was like, they did such a terrible job at booking the WWE Undisputed title, because of the fact that they gave it to Drew just from the drop it again. And like, I'm a big Cody fan. I am a Cody crybaby, but to me, they just did such a terrible job at how they did it, because it was so obvious that they were just putting the title back on Cody so we could get Cody Randy at Mania. And like, I feel like it would have been better if they actually gave it to him like back at like WrestlePalooza, or even further back, gave him like an actual run with certain challengers to have him defend against, and then have Cody win it back at like the Royal Rumble or something at a PLE, and then have Orton win the Chamber. But they didn't do that. But luckily, they actually were able to to make up for it with this feud because they've done such a great job of keeping it hot. So like, I'm actually very excited for this match, very invested. I just hope that they allow it to be as violent as it needs to be. It's unsanctioned. I kind of hope there's blood. That's gonna make me sound violent. I don't care. I feel like this match deserves some blood and it's unsanctioned, so we'll see. Now here's the thing, I kind of want Drew McIntyre to win. I know a lot of Fatu fans are gonna get mad at me, and a reason for that is, one, I actually do like Drew McIntyre, but also I feel like they kind of should give him a win at WrestleMania to kind of make up for him not having the title, for like taking the title off of him, just so that we can have a big star power match. So I think they should do that, but I don't think that they will. So I am going to say that Jacob Fatu is going to win. Even though I want Drew to win, I'm going to say Jacob Fatu wins it. Next up, we have another very exciting match. We have Stephanie Vaquer taking on the Royal Rumble winner in Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. This is another match that they have not been giving enough time to on Raw, but I'm very excited for it. I think that they've done such a great job with the little they have to make me invested. Like, I truly believe that these two hate each other. For a while now, kind of thinking and hoping that Raquel Rodriguez was going to get involved in somehow, and she still might, but just not like as a third person in the match. And then I'll switch this match quick, then we'll talk. Okay, like I was saying about Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan, I think they've done a pretty great job at building this one, unlike some of the other matches that we'll talk about. And this is a hard one for me because of the fact that I do really like both of these people in this match. So I think I will say I am kind of rooting for Liv Morgan, just because I don't even know, has she had a true singles one-on-one match at WrestleMania? I don't remember. She hasn't recently. Last year was a tag match. The year before that she missed, and then the year before that was a tag match, and the year before that was a tag match, and then I don't remember, because that goes back to 38. I don't remember before that if I'm pretty sure if she was involved, it was always a tag match or a multi-woman match. So it'd be kind of cool because of the fact that she also finally won the Royal Rumble. Finally, I think they should give her the win, and I am going to predict that they will do it. I do predict that Liv Morgan will win, and I will be rooting for Liv as well. Next up, we have AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I'm actually looking for this one also. Again, two wrestlers that I actually really like, and I've enjoyed their feud. I do think this one should have a stipulation of some kind, whether it be like an I Quit or a street fight, or I don't know, something. I wish it had some sort of stipulation, just because we've had a lot of matches. And then I also go into, like, who am I rooting for? I don't really know who to root for, because I really like both these wrestlers, like I said. Part of me is kind of leaning Becky, just because as much as I love AJ Lee, she also, I don't think, will be there every week like I think Becky would be. So I think it'd be better to put it on her, and I also think that they will. And the reason why I'm going to predict Becky Lynch will win and new is also because of the fact that Becky Lynch has not beaten AJ Lee. I almost said AJ Styles. Has not beaten AJ Lee yet. Like, cannot seem to pin AJ or beat AJ Lee. So it'd be so messed up. I think she'd be 0-4 against AJ if she loses at Mania. So I'm gonna say they finally let Becky get a win over her, and also then they can put a title on someone who's gonna be there longer, and then AJ can go probably on a break and then come back whenever she wants to, maybe for SummerSlam or whatever storyline they have. Okay, this one I have mixed feelings on also. I'm looking forward to it, but I think it could be more exciting. That being the Irresistible Forces in Nia Jax and Lash Legend versus the Bella Twins and Nikki and Brie, well, hopefully, versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, who have been called Charlexa, but they've also been called Allies of Convenience. I'm pretty sure they were also called Twisted Queens. I don't know. So, and versus Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch. I'm looking forward to this because I've been enjoying the women's tag team division lately, and you got like a lot, and you have like three of my favorites in here with Lyra Valkyria, Alexa Bliss, and Bayley. Sorry to the others, they're awesome also, but you know, those are my favorites there, or at least some of them. Oh man, My biggest problem with this, I kind of wish this was a ladder match, and I kind of wish they threw in even more tag teams, because I feel like there's enough that they could have done that. They decided not to, and it's a fatal 4-way tag match, which I think could still be fun, as long as they don't have just the one per 2 people in the ring, and they actually do like a 4 people in the ring. But yeah, I kind of wish it was something crazier, like preferably a ladder match, or at the very least a tornado tag or a street fight again. But yeah, I go back and forth on both who I'm rooting for and who I think is going to win. Honestly, I think everybody has a shot at winning. I feel like the Bellas have probably a really good shot. Again, if Nikki's able to, I know she's injured, so by time it's possible that she even misses. But I could see them wanting to give it to the Bellas, finally letting them have the tag titles, since they never were able to, because they left, I believe, before the tag titles were introduced. And I mean, they're like probably the most iconic women's tag team there is. So. But then also maybe they give it back to Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss because of the star power. But I will say who I kind of want them to do, and I think that, and I'm going to predict that they will do, is I predict that Lyra and Bayley are going to win. And I will explain more after I switch matches again. I think that match was short. Okay. Like I was saying, I'm predicting that Bayley and Lyra are going to win. The reason for that is I think they're going to, or at least I kind of hope that they right the wrongs of WrestleMania 41, because at WrestleMania 41 it was supposed to be Lyra and Bayley going into the tag match for the tag titles, and they even ran a gauntlet match to earn that shot, and then Becky attacked Bayley and took her spot, and they won the tag titles. So it would be kind of awesome if they kind of make it up to Bayley by letting her have that moment that she lost out on last year, and also be a cool thing for Lyra to go back-to-back winning tag titles at Mania, which would be kind of awesome. So I also kind of want that to happen. I honestly, I'd be perfectly fine with Alexa and Charlotte winning. Although, I think I'm going to make another prediction here, kind of according to this match, because what I think is going to happen is I do think one of the reasons why they're not going to win, or maybe it will happen because they lost, actually, but I think that Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair are going to turn on each other here. And I kind of feel like they're going to go with the swerve, because I feel like it'd almost be easier to have Flair turn heel on Alexa, because of the fact that Alexa's so beloved, and Charlotte, it took her teaming with Alexa to be beloved, because everybody was always kept booing her. So because of that, I think they're going to go for the big swerve and have Alexa turn heel on Charlotte. I'm still going to be rooting for Alexa, even if she's the one who turns heel. Sorry, Charlotte. But that's what I'm going to say. So Lyra and Bayley win to make up for last year, and then Alexa Bliss turns on Charlotte Flair. We'll see if that happens. Next, we have Gunther versus Seth Rollins. This match has like no build, but it's also because of injuries that prevented this. I'm just going to make this one kind of quick. Gunther's going to win, probably by tap out. I have a hard time seeing them have Gunther lose. So, yeah, Gunther wins. I'm not very excited for this. Not necessarily their fault, though, because they kind of had to just, Seth and Gunther's partners were injured. Let's just find a way to get them in here. So, and then Gunther's probably just going to win again. All right, now for the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. This is probably the match that I feel like they just so butchered that first of all, it was very obvious that they just rushed to get this match to happen, and then okay, at least we're finally gonna get this match, and even started cool with Randy turning heel, and they just completely fumbled it afterwards. For some reason, bringing in Pat McAfee, which makes no sense whatsoever. The feud no longer feels like Cody and Randy, it now feels like Cody and Pat McAfee, and now even with CM Punk. So I feel like they definitely very much fumbled what could have been probably the best feud and build-up probably ever, like not just for this Mania, but like with multiple Manias and build-ups, and they fumbled it. And I will say I'm going to say that I do think Randy Orton is going to win it. Part of the reason is I just think they're going to give him the 15. I think they're going to let him win the 15, change things up a bit. And also, Pat McAfee said that if Randy loses, he's going to leave the professional wrestling business forever. I don't believe that for a second. I think he might leave for a couple months, but he'll be back because, you know, well, in real life, Pat McAfee loves wrestling, and also money. Money talks. So I don't believe that. So that makes me feel even more that Randy is gonna win. Okay, now we move on to WrestleMania Night 2. And what kicks off the night is, to me, the hardest match to predict, that being Femi versus Brock Lesnar. I kept going back and forth, man, because I could see this going either way. Because I could see a world where they finally let someone beat Brock Lesnar to kind of set up the new generation in Femi, the new beast, the new monster, that being the ruler Femi. But it's also their favorite person in the world in Brock Lesnar, who they just like to have squash everybody. So I don't know. Maybe this could be the one time that they finally let someone beat Brock. If it was anybody else, it would be easy. Brock wins. But with Oba, I could see Oba winning. So I kept going back and forth. I want Oba to win. I really, really want Oba to win. But will they actually give him the win? I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna make this up on the spot because I don't even know. I wrote down most of my predictions except this one because I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna flip a coin. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna flip a coin. We're gonna say heads is Oba, and we're gonna say tails is Lesnar. Flipped, caught. It is tails. Lesnar. Oh man. You know what? Forget it. I'm actually gonna pick Oba. I'm gonna pick Oba, and the only reason is so that I can just fully root for Oba instead of being like, well, at least I got a prediction correct. So I'm gonna say Oba, even though I'm not sure if I believe that. Next up, Penta versus JD McDonough versus Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans versus Rey Mysterio versus Rusev in a 6-pack ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm looking forward to this. There isn't much build, but that's okay because it's got great people in it. A ladder match. I love ladder matches. They're so much fun. So I think this is going to be a great match. And also, I'd be honestly okay with anybody winning this one. But I feel like there's really two options that I feel like are the most obvious. One being the Javon Evans, because I could see them. Honestly, I could see a world where they give all the new NXT people the win. Or I'm going to pick Penta. I think Penta is going to retain. So, and I'm okay with anybody winning this one, to be honest, because I really like everybody in this. So, yeah, next we have probably my least favorite match that we're actually watching right now. Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. This has not been a very good build. I felt like Rhea only won the chamber because she's Rhea Ripley. It almost feels like that because of this Mania suffering ticket sale wise. And I just feel like the build has not been very great since. I'm going to pick Rhea Ripley. I think they're going to give it to Rhea. I honestly don't know who to root for. I think this might be the first time in a long time, if ever, that I'm rooting for Rhea, just because I want a change in the title picture on SmackDown. So yeah. Next match, Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams for the U.S. Championship. This one's very anger-inducing because this should be either Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov, or Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams, or Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams versus Ilya Dragunov. But no, for some reason, apparently Sami Zayn has to be in this match, which I don't fully get. I could see him possibly turning heel, but yeah, I'm going to say that Trick Williams wins, partially because I want him to win, just because it's Trick Williams, and also it make me feel a little bit better for Carmelo Hayes for some reason not being in this match. Imagine if Carmelo actually interferes and causes the loss. But yeah, I'm still upset about the fact that Carmelo is not defending the U.S. title at Mania. But yeah, whatever. We'll get into the next match after I pick, a new match. Okay, yes, I know this match is technically inaccurate because we only have 2 teams instead of the 4. But I just wanted to try to quickly throw this match together to continue talking. Because the next match we have Finn Balor, who will return as the Demon, and versus Dominick Mysterio. And to me, it almost feels like about time that we get Finn versus Dom. But also because of the fact that they are bringing back the Demon, and Finn always loses. And feel like Finn should win. I'm picking Finn. I think he's gonna win. It'd be kind of crazy if he doesn't, because it almost makes Finn feel even weaker, because even as the demon, he can't beat Dominick Mysterio. So that's kind of a quick one. I pick Finn to win, and we'll see if that actually happens. So now we move on to our main event, that being CM Punk versus the Royal Rumble winner, Roman Reigns, for the World Heavyweight Championship, the title that Roman didn't want in the first place. I think this is another one too that I think the build started really well, and then it like lowered, and then it got good again, and then it lowered again, and so now I'm just kind of I think shenanigans will happen some way somehow. Maybe The Rock returns. I could see him possibly interfering. Maybe possibly. I think the Usos could very possibly interfere somehow. Maybe someone else interferes somehow. Also possible. Please don't be Pat McAfee or any other celebrity, though. Please, no. Travis Scott returns. The Fiend is going to hit all of a sudden. It's going to be total flashbacks. But yeah. I won't lie. This is a hard one just because I could see them actually letting Punk retain, because he's the guy who's going to be there every week. But, you know, they also love Roman Reigns, and they like to give him titles. And this is a hard one. This is really hard. I'm going to say that I'm going to predict Roman Reigns wins for two reasons. One, I think there's going to be interference to help Roman. But also, two, I think they kind of want to break this little streak that Roman has going of losing. Yes, it's only 2 Manias, but that's still a lot for Roman Reigns. Because if you remember, he lost by being pinned at WrestleMania 40 by Cody Rhodes. And then last year, 41, he also lost in this triple threat with Punk and Seth. And I believe Seth he was the one that was pinned, which shocked me. I didn't think Roman was going to take the pin. I think he was even pinned. So I think he's going to kind of like break the streak here, or maybe that's the wrong choice of words because Undertaker WrestleMania. But they're gonna end his losing streak by having him win. But then again, maybe they actually let Punk win a main event, since this whole thing was he won their main event WrestleMania, and now not only is he main eventing again, but he's also main eventing, no offense, the bigger main event in night 2, because that closes the entire weekend. So maybe they actually let him win since he didn't win last time. But I'm going to predict Roman. But I won't be too shocked if Punk wins. I think it's possible. But yeah, let me know what your guys' predictions are down in the comments. I think I've been talking for longer than I probably should be. And hopefully this video gets edited on time for you guys to see it. So I should shut up so I can get to editing and get this out in time. We'll see if that happens. Thank you guys so much for taking time to watch this video. If you like it, please hit like. If you're interested in more of my videos, well, I talk mainly movies, but I do have some wrestling videos, mainly regarding WrestleMania 40 and 41, and also some top 10 matches. And I kind of want to do another top 10 matches of last year, because I created a list, but I never recorded a video, and I want to do that. So hopefully that comes out. Bye.